Hey guys, Justin Nelson, CEO of Sphere Rocket VA, and today we're covering reason number 3 that people do not hire virtual assistants. And this reason all comes down to security. They are afraid that virtual assistants are going to steal your stuff. So today I'm going to tell you all the stories of how virtual assistants have taken advantage of me, yet I still am not scared to hire them. Let's go. If you guys are watching part 3, thank you guys for coming through the 5-part series. Make sure that you guys like, subscribe, so you get notified of all future videos that we're putting out. But today, we are going to cover reason number 3 that people do not hire virtual assistants, especially overseas assistants like Sphere Rocket specializes in the Philippines, is due to internet security. It's crazy. After placing several thousand virtual assistants, I get the same question over every time, Justin. Let's take a social media VA for example. They go, Justin, I really want to hire a social media video editor. I want to hire a social media VA that does my Facebook post, my Instagram post, and yet I'm scared that they're going to hack my account. Right? I'm scared they're going to do this. And so when we look at this, I really dug deep as why do people think that just because a VA is foreign that they're going to hack your account? And so when we look back, most people that have ever had an experience of hacking, that they think it originates from overseas, right? And many times it does. However, that doesn't have any equivalency to what we do. And so with that being said, when you hire a virtual assistant, you are hiring a virtual assistant and you're giving them access to your things no differently than you would as an employee in the United States. So usually the questions you're asking are questions that are coming from a place of what I call just not knowing. You've never had employees before, you don't know the tools and the system. So let me give you an example of this. A lot of times people are worried about password security. Hey, if I give my password to this account, couldn't they just change it and shut it off and delete it and do all these different things? And the answer is possibly no different than if a United States-based person could do the same thing. However, when you have the right tools and training and knowledge on how to prevent these things, there are so many tools that have been designed specifically for virtual assistant employers that you give to your virtual assistants to make sure that security is at an all-time high. So one of the very first things that we do as a security protocol is we monitor the screens of all of our virtual assistants. We personally use a system called screenshotmonitor.com. You guys will see it here. You can go to the website, super cheap, just a few bucks a month, and it monitors all the screens of our virtual assistants. And so, sure, could a VA be doing wrong things on their screen and it just be recording it? It's not necessarily stopping it, sure. However, it's another layer of accountability. And also, if we start to see things where they're not on it or they're not using it, we obviously have problems. So it's not only just a security thing that helps, it also is a great level of accountability when we use Screenshot Monitor. So that's one way. The next way is when we talk about password security, access security, we use a system called LastPass, which you guys will see is thrown up here on the screen. I'm not going to super deep dive LastPass. You guys can go and search YouTube for LastPass videos, but LastPass is pretty straightforward. What it does is it allows your VA to create an account within your company. So I would create a LastPass account for my virtual assistant. Let's say my virtual assistant's name is Sarah Jones. I would create a LastPass account for Sarah Jones and it would connect to my computer. Then I could select all the websites I want that Sarah Jones can have access to. And so when Sarah Jones comes to work, Sarah gets on her computer, logs into LastPass, and it will say, hey Sarah, you have access to Justin's Facebook. He has granted you access. If you want to access Justin's Facebook, click this link and we'll take you there. When Sarah clicks that link and it takes her there, it is automatically going to log her in. When it automatically logs Sarah in, she has never used the username and she has never used the password. And so Sarah gained access to your account because you gave her permission to. However, she does not know the username or password. She might know the username actually because it shows it, but she does not know the password. And so you're like, all right, well, she's in my account. Couldn't she do crazy things? Well, when you look at most accounts, if you have them set up right and you have two-step authentication and things like that, if Sarah was trying to be vengeful or be dirty and she was trying to delete your account, when you go onto Facebook or Instagram or those places, and this is always changing, but for the most part, when you go to delete those websites, if you say delete user or delete data, it almost is always going to ask you to re-enter your password. So if you've ever wondered why you have to re-enter your password when you're already logged in, it's for reasons like this, because it's for when people are having their assistants inside of their account. And so, for example, if Sarah wanted to delete your account, she went to go hit delete, it would show re-enter password. Well, Sarah doesn't know your password because whenever she logged into her LastPass system, it just automatically logged her in and skipped the login portal. And so when you think about this, now your virtual assistants can have access to all of these portals without ever having access directly with a username or password. There's also many other methods, right? When we have Facebook pages, Instagram pages, YouTube pages, all these different things, you can also just send a request to your virtual assistant to have them add on as a user and just limit their security access. And so one of our favorite things to do for security is we use Google Workspace. Google Workspace, or also known as Google Admin, allows you to create an email account. So for example, my email is justin@sphererocket.com. Whenever a new VA comes in my organization, I have them, let's say, sarah@sphererocket.com. Now, some people think that we just do that for marketing or advertising or like a cohesive look, a brand, and we do, don't get me wrong, but there's also another reason we do that. Whenever you create an email account within Google Admin Workspace, with that custom domain, you actually retain, as a company, you retain full access and administrative rights to that email account. So you can shut them out of it at any time, you can change their passwords, you can see any files they've deleted and recover them, you can access their email behind the scenes. It is a true corporate structure. And most people just have never had to use Workplace, Google Work or Google Admin. And so you just don't know that it exists. And so there are so many other security protocols that you can put into place to make sure that virtual assistants do not take advantage of you, do not pose security risk, or you at least reduce the liability. But here's the thing. If you go to Fiverr, you go to Upwork, you go do this all on your own, there's gonna be no one there to advise you on how to limit these risks. That's where companies like Sphere Rocket, again, I've said it a million times, I'm biased to this, but we help you through that process. We give you training and courses. And so if you have any questions about internet security, I don't want you to be one of the people that say, I don't get virtual assistants because I'm scared of internet security. I would really hate for that to be you, hold you back. You know, you're going on too many vacations with your cell phone in your ear, you're going on too many things yourself, and you're missing key moments in your life or not creating key moments because of how under leveraged you are. So don't let this hold you back. And I say that all just to say, if you have any questions on this, if you want to contest me, if you want to ask any questions that might apply to your situation, just throw in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer them for you. So as always, Justin Nelson, CEO of Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants. If we can ever help you train, recruit, find the virtual assistants that you need to help scale and leverage your business, just check out our website down below. Make sure that you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you in part 4.